Well, greetings, everybody, and welcome to the sort of furry, snowy, whitish sort of show that we're currently calling the Inworld Review. I think we're on the second week or the third week of a snowbound set, and this will last for another couple of weeks. Then we'll pretend spring is here early.
Oh, okay.
Sweep the whole thing up. Pine needles, snow, ice. Well, you can't sweep up ice, but you get the idea. We'll get rid of it. Right, okay. We added a fire today because we were beginning to feel a bit chilly. So in front of us, we've got a fire just in case. Right, my name is Mal Burns. If you don't know that, I'm your host here. And the Inworld Review looks at places, people, and arts on the hypergrid. And the hypergrid, for those of you who don't know yet, is a system by which grids in simulators for virtual worlds can all connect together and have communications between them, and you can carry inventory objects around, etc., etc. And the only real criteria is that the grids have to be authored on one of the variations of the Open Simulator platform. But apart from that, it's just hypergrid everywhere. It's just like a teleport, but instead of from one location on one grid, one world, you're jumping across the galaxy to another world and another location. All very effective. Sometimes it's effective anyway. Right. So that's the brief here, as it were. And of course, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're celebrating winter, as indeed are many of the regions we've been looking at, including the one we'll be looking at today, which is actually on the alternate metaverse grid. And it's a sort of wintry, wonderlandy sort of thing. But we'll be finding out all about it from Cataplexia numbers a little bit later. Well, very soon, actually. Meanwhile, I introduce who else is here. On my right-hand side, it's the right-hand man, seasonally dressed. Somebody has knitted him a nifty jumper. And he seems to have, I think he's been putting the Christmas tree up and got somehow a bit entangled in the lighting. Mm-hmm. It must have got caught on the threads of that brand new jumper. You must make sure you don't pull it and get a hole in the jumper. But
it's just the way it should be. Yeah.
The headgear, something else.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll let you know, Mal. I got a lot of this from Korea Novel, the Kelso and Debici build.
And, we did that last week, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's quite fun. And my hat is kind of special because it can do some nice sparkly stuff. Ooh. So I enjoy it a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. A surprise in store.
And then someone said they liked my boots a lot. So all that also from Korea Novel. So great place to visit.
That is probably worth keeping that. I was searching around. I've actually got various snow that I was going to have falling here, but then I realized it obliterates the camera view because it's too, it's not like a single sheet of snow behind us. But that one seems to work quite well. If you can film with it on, I'd keep it on. It looks rather good. You've nice surprise. Right. You've brightened up the set no end, and it's changing color as we go.
It does.
I'll have to get one of those myself. So. Yeah, I was so busy filming when I was over there. Yeah, I was so busy filming last week when I was over there. I didn't really snoop around to the shops or anything. Right, okay. So on my left-hand side is my wonderful co-host is Tosha Ember. Welcome, Tosha.
Hi. Excuse me. Hi, Mel. Here I am without any tricks.
No tricks?
But with a wonderful elf dress. So I'm your
Christmas elf.
I'm your Christmas elf tonight.
Yeah, and it is a trick. That's your latest trick, as the song goes. And actually, you've got a little hat on too, haven't you? So yeah, I don't know about no frills. As for me, well, I'm just the same as always, and I haven't even found any snow to settle on my hat.
Nope.
That would have been nice, if I'd had a flurry of snow settling on my hat like it does on cars. Anyway, that's that. And also joining us in the studio, we'll be talking to her very shortly, but I'll introduce her now. She's sort of CEO, more or less, of the alternate metaverse grid and many other things too. Also, I noticed on your bio, you said something about you teach AI. Is that right? Oh, anyway, Cataplexia numbers. So I better introduce you first before I ask the questions. Welcome, Katia.
Thank you, Mel.
I'll call you Cat, probably. It's probably the best
Thank
thing,
you.
isn't it?
Yeah, Cat's fine. I teach AI art creation and fine tuning your prompts to get better art out of
Sure.
out of your words. And we have also Oliver is teaching AI music at Corfon Academy. So we
Oh,
have
right.
2 different approaches. The next one will be video,
Oh,
hopefully soon. I have to
I'm
master
not,
it first before I start teaching it.
I'm not sure I approve of that. It's going to put me out of business, isn't it?
Oh,
You're
no,
gonna
no, 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 no.
have an AI host and an
No
AI.
one's going to put you out of business. You're
I'm not-
fabulous.
No AI can compete with me. Sorry.
Well, I've been hearing a lot about you and reading a lot about you, and of course, wearing a lot of your clothes, Kat. So I'm really delighted to meet you personally. It's really great.
Oh, have you? Oh, of course you do.
Delighted to meet you as well. I've been watching you from afar for a
Oh,
long
really?
time too, Tasha, and all the things that you do on OpenSim. You're a very fascinating and nice lady.
This is lovely. I don't know
Well,
why.
thanks.
You've been on before here, of course, Kat, but of course it's probably when Thursday was co-hosting. So great. So you're meeting Tosha for the first time. Love it. Right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll continue with that in a bit, won't we? Let me get some of the, first of all, housekeeping out the way. I've probably forgotten something from the introduction, but then again, I'll remember it before the end of the show, by the end of the show, probably. Starting off with our Safari Roundup. Now, Safari begins again on the 1st of January. This is a sort of club where we go around a couple of different places each week where we visit and explore and enjoy the sort of same things as we focus on this show: arts, people, entertainment, and destinations. The Thursday Ember, who organizes Safari, does have a blog called hgsafari.blogspot.com. And she only had 2 posts this week. And I'm going to load now the first one. There we are. And okay, I think I can move this up a bit this week. I was getting it all wrong last week.
Yeah, I'm seeing some interface on the left, Mel.
Yeah, as usual.
Okay.
Never get it perfect. Anyway, well, I can tweak as we go. Okay, so this is a region called Vela. I'll come back to it in a sec. It's a grid called Vela, and I personally didn't know of it at all. But they're having their 8th anniversary, so I don't know where I've been. If you can't read it, it's at the bottom there. It's vela-dream.ddnss.de colon 8002. And I think the region that this was photographed at is Vela Disco, but you once you got the port number 8002, you'll be away. Just write that in your map. So these are the pictures she brought along from there. I guess, as I say, this wasn't a safari. This was just Thursday on one of her lightning editorial visits. And oh yes, I know this. This was a fashion show they were having going on there, I think. Now I've seen the pictures close up. I think that was what it was. There's only 7 pictures here, so it's not extensive. And there we go again. And a bit
The
more.
owners, I know them very well. Cleopatra and Myrina.
Right.
Lovely people.
Right. Yeah, I'll click that to the page here. So Velo Dreams Grid, it's called. And what you got at the bottom here? Just check, I'll go by. Vela-dream singular .ddnss.de colon 8002. And yeah, Velo Atlantis and Velo Disco are the 2 featured there. So yeah, Cleopatra. And yeah, basically if you go to the blog here, hgsafari.blogspot.com. This was on Monday this week, so it's less than a week old. You can read the sort of interview proportions while you're there. And yesterday, she also posted novelties on Noval. Well, eager listeners viewers out there will realize that Novell was our sim of the week that we visited last week. And for once, we're actually ahead of Thursday. That's unusual. So I could be quick too when I want. Right. And of course, this is where James acquired the hat he was talking about a second ago. But basically, so these pictures, basically, just 9 pictures, which basically illustrate the stuff I showed on film last week. And yeah, I think I remember all this. Oh, maybe not. Well, there are probably different things on different days. Yes, it's hard to tell what's snowflake and what is shower there. But yeah, and welcome to the North Pole. Yes, I remember that. Okay, so while I'm going to come back to that. So while I've still got some websites open, Hypergrid business here. They have one post this week, midweek, about the Discovery Grid moving from OpenSim to O3DE alternative, which I think means that Discovery Grid will no longer be on the Hypergrid as well. I would need to check that. But if you go to hypergridbusiness.com, you can read this article. Plus, all the articles here tend to have long annexes with lots of other stuff on them too. And finally, this is actually news from our cousin over in Linden's Second Life. And they announced something this week, came as a surprise to me. Daniel Voyager is one of the good reporters from Second Life. You'll find him at Daniel Voyager, that's the name there, one word though, and then .wordpress.com. Basically, Linden Lab are bringing AI character designs and things into well, you need to have not only a premium plus account is what you need, and it's in alpha, but it's intended for developers, community builders, role play enthusiasts, and anyone looking to enhance their in-world experiences through dynamic characters. So it sounds to me like this will be kind of, you use an alt rather than an NPC, I gather, and it's a solid foundation for immersive roleplay, offering a range of features that let you shape and refine the personalities and behaviors of in-world characters. It all sounds great, but it's very hard to actually visualize at the moment. Apparently, a public-facing character is not yet possible. It's coming soon, but you can start with your own personal bot, which will be attached apparently to an alt. You create an alt, and when you're using that alt, you'll have a personal companion. But I think that actually helps. I think you'll sort of speak to it and interact with it on a personal basis while you're traveling around the world doing things. And well, as I say, we'll need to hear quite a lot more about this. But go to danielvoyager.wordpress.com for this. And if you check the feeds, there are plenty of Linden Labs themselves had a post on this anyway. So I'll just put that window aside. I will be coming back to it very briefly in a minute or two. Okay, some other stuff from the week before we go to Kat. One of our favorite machinima makers, Chantal Harvey, says Happy Christmas to you all.
Cute.
There we go. So I'm not sure there's any great symbolism in that, other than an excuse to have a pretty thing with animations, but there you go. And our good friend, the Pet Love Pet Shop, was reporting from the Festival of Trees on this one, which was on, I'm going to read it out. It's such a Utopia Sky grid. So it's Utopia Sky Grid, all one word, and the Sky bit is SKYE, as in Isle of Skye. So utopiaskygrid.com, port 8002, and the region is called Artopia, ARTOPAI. And yeah, another suitably wintry landscape for the season, the holidays, or Yuletide, as I call it. And I think we're actually pretty much in the middle of Yule at the moment. Yesterday was, of course, the shortest day up here in the Northern Hemisphere, that is. So we're now getting longer days again, as of today.
Yeah, summer's coming up.
It doesn't quite show, but there you go. Oh, what a cute dancer for a snowman, eh? There we go. Oh, I think that's the lady herself, Petlove, I do believe. Might be wrong, but I think I recognise the avatar.
Oh, what a lovely gingerbread house.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, the gingerbread I remembered from somewhere else the other week, and look at these. I've got another clip here called "Gingerbread and the Woodies," but it's about 5 minutes long, so I'm just gonna show you a little extract from this other one. I'm not a meat eater myself, but one of the supermarkets, much to my disgust in the UK here, is advertising. I don't know, it's chicken nuggets or something where they're in breadcrumbs or whatever, and they're advertising these sort of meat nibbles, but they're disguised as gingerbread men.
Oh my.
Anybody at a party who takes a bite of one of those thinking it's a gingerbread man, if they're vegetarian, they're going to get a real shock. Anyway, but this one's this is a clip. I'm not sure where it was filmed, to be honest. It's called "Gingerbread and the Woodies." But it's it's bringing out all the fairy tale and innocent stuff here, little small critters and rabbits, and
That's cute. I like the fox.
it somehow looks like the set of an old cartoon almost. Sort of in
Yeah.
when you
Yes,
back before we had a realistic 3D, it was drawn cartoons. Oh, and that was it anyway. So that was only 1:04. I don't know why. I thought it was longer. Okay, well, we'll leave that as be. Yeah, I've got a Karima Hosan and there's a party Winterfest at Kitely, but we'll leave those aside for now because we've got so much more to cover. And moving to the current clips now. We've done the web pages, and yeah, we're back into the thing here. Now, just before we finish with Safari, as it were, this week, on Wednesday, lunchtime, noon Pacific, there was what would have been a safari. It was just a one-stop sort of winter party for all the sort of safari club goers and stuff. And surprisingly, nobody's blogged about it yet. Where are you, Thursday? But some of us were there, and it featured a performance by, I'm a big fan of this guy. His name is Roland Wobbit. And I'm going to play now one of the clips. It's 5 minutes, basically, but it includes the music of Roland, but I'll be narrating a little bit over it, as you'll see, and you'll recognize certain people here for sure. So we'll play that before we move on to the main business of the day. Oops. Definitely looks like a blues singer, this guy. It's great. So somebody up front dancing there. All right, there we have Snowbody and Thurza. Some nice animations going here as well. And guess who? This is Petlove and James. James in yet another flashy costume. It's so rare for me these days. I've got to get used to James having different costumes these days.
That's my safari suit, so
Yeah.
with a hat, with a Santa hat.
afraid I can't place all these other people.
That's
Basically,
golfer Gofeller and his wife Katie.
very
Just got
good.
married on AMV.
Oh, right. They're all regulars on Safari, I think, as a rule. But I'm
Yeah.
not really. I'm not very good at even real life people. I forget. No, hello, who are you? I know you, don't I? Oh, and I've forgotten who I was dancing with now. She was this great sort of nymphy type costume she's wearing. Oh,
Was that Luna?
yeah, Luna. Yeah,
Luna
Luna
Lunaria,
Lunaria.
yeah.
I was thinking, well, how can I possibly forget who I'm dancing with? Yeah, wonderful.
You can't miss the hair.
Yeah.
So
She's got
true.
that angelic hair.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, she's so bright as well. She just stands out.
Mhm.
You know, it's not a particularly dark club actually, but if it had been, it would stand out a mile.
I think the guy standing there is Basil, who shows up everywhere. Just standing there usually.
Yeah, as you can tell, there are only quite a few, you know, only a few people there, but it didn't really get advertised outside the Safari fraternity, if that's the word. Wolam here, Wolam Wobbit is called. Is you know, it's blues he plays basically. He does
His
play a few
music
other things, but he's always one of those. It's like your first choice live artist for a blues club. Almost. There's a great face on the avatar too.
Yeah.
No lip animation. Oh, this was a silent song anyway, so didn't need the lips.
Yeah, Wallum has a great voice too.
Yes, he sure does.
I don't know, did you mention, Mel, that the build was by Nyx? The environment and the
I thought I knew
the
the
lighting.
club. I used to be Nix's partner a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And that was our blues club.
Yes,
That's right. That's right.
it is. It's the very same place. Now, one of I've got 4 clips of this, and one of them actually has my camera roaming out and into Nyx's region. We have featured it before, the actual club. I mean, the entranceway is filled with giant billboard-sized floating posters of all the blues greats in real life, of course. And it's there wasn't much of Nick's particular adventures in this party, although he did change his sky settings and things a few times, which you sort of notice on the stage bit rather than on the overall bit.
I think he's gotten a lot busier in real life with his art.
Yep.
Yes. I've seen posts from him on the
which is good for him.
on the dreaded fastbook.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of posts from him that indicated something in RL event he was doing. Presumably trying to project what he was doing in virtual into the organic space too, but can't. So we'll have to get him back on again before long to find out all the latest news. But this is they're quite, you know, this is like exceptional quality guitarist and for a virtual world, to be honest. You know. Not to knock anybody else, but he's got it, you know, he's got that little whatever.
Yeah. Did you get to hear Icky Thump? Icky Thump's a good blues man.
No, I don't know if I have offhand.
He's got the blues voice. Oh my goodness. This guy's music is beautiful. It's very relaxing. But I haven't heard him sing yet.
So I'm just again fast forwarding another bit of clip here. We were just mentioning this is Nyx's region, and it looks like this is just before my camera. There we are. This is a sort of view outside the club. There's a few Santa Clauses dancing here. They're NPCs, And when you're walking in, you literally walk down this sort of avenue full of all these pictures of legendary. There's Robert Johnson. Never failed to recognize. Well, there aren't many photos of him to choose from, actually.
But it's the Crossroads. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the name of the actual club, and all this weird surrounding, sort of Nick's speciality. It goes on for a vast sort of distance.
It used to be the juke joint.
Right. Well, I think Crossroads is a much better name, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, that's the key with Robert Johnson again, isn't it? Met at the Crossroads and sold his soul to the dark bloke who's in the bottom bit of the heavenly places. the underworld or something. Right. Okay. So moving on up, I go click, click, click. And right, we are now at the alternative metaverse cafe. This one's called. This is just a little thing that was there. So as we said earlier, welcome to the show, Cataplexia numbers. I will be calling you Cat. I hope that's okay.
Thank you so much. Of course.
And I might even go meow. Anyway, this is the scene as I first found it. I hadn't even spoken to you then. Actually, I arrived and I was doing the rounds of picking up Winter Wonderlandy places to,
this is the main stage at Winterfest on the Winterfest region, and the performer there is Maven Live,
right?
And she opened up the festival.
Yeah. I don't think
actually a DJ did right before her. Dragon Lady Shinobi Carpe Noctem, the longest name I know of in Open City. She's a wonderful lady.
Yeah, there's I've been there only a few minutes when I was approached by somebody who had this sort of post stand and a lot of pictures behind it saying, "Can I do some portrait photography of you?" and sort of post me on a load of poses and kept changing the background behind me. It's all very interesting. And then she sent me 6 pictures, which I guess were the preferred end result. Don't think I've got them here.
We have Zell Mist. Which is our grid photographer.
That was
Yeah, and her assistant Julietta are taking everybody's portraits for free.
Lovely.
And they're just really good at it.
Oh, this is a nice little bit as well. Yes, I of course I went to the performance area, but shots of the performance going on. I had no sound on this clip, so I'm actually whirling around in space, so to speak, and I get picking up the whole region here. So a lot of these outer areas are rather nice too. Small compared with the dance floor, of course, but
yeah, that's our belly dancing pavilion at Winterfest.
Yes, that was. I laughed to myself when I got to that bit. I thought, so here it is, wonderful fairy tale, like, white sparkling and blue snow and everything else like that. And I thought, well, you want to sit down by that campfire and get really nice and warm. And then I found a sign saying belly dancing.
I'm the belly dancing DJ. I've been doing that for years and years. Since back in Inworlds and in SL. And I just love doing that. It's so relaxing, and we have just a great following that comes there. And
is it? Do you do? Is it? I don't want to use the word striptease, but like the 7 veils kind of thing, or is it just belly?
We usually just wear like silks, Some of the guys will wear men's silks. Some would wear like warrior kilts and things like that. You're more masculine guys that are conscious about silks. We'll wear warrior kilts.
I'm just thinking, when you say belly dancing, it's I'm not being sexist, but it's not something you think the blokes.
Oh no, they love it. They love it.
They love watching it, I'm sure. But yes, yeah. I must try that.
We do have our I don't want to call them lurkers. We do have our observatory people that sit, on the sidelines and watch.
Yeah.
I tell them, if you're gonna watch, play the drums or something.
Yeah. Look involved.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah. The things to do. I remember when I first ever logged into Second Life, I think. Well, it must have been about 20 years ago or something. But I think the first thing I was taught to do was earn lindens, and somebody said, "Just click on that pole."
Remember Mr. Lee's?
The rest of it is history.
Do you remember Mr. Lee's Lucky Casino and camp dancing?
No,
To earn lindens. Oh gosh, I had my first land within 2 weeks, and a club on it.
from earning lindens dancing, I don't know.
Yep.
There's 100 lindens, which is about a third of a pound or something for an hour. These are your yes. I think these are yours.
This is the Winter Gallery.
Yeah.
Inside the Palace of Frozen Dreams.
Yeah. Now I lingered here a bit. I mean, you've got here
that's my art right there.
These are yours, aren't they?
Yeah.
And these are all AIs, by the way, aren't they?
Those are AI art, yes.
A bit about those later.
I do have quite a bit of real art that I've done myself, and some stuff that I've painted over an AI picture and changed it drastically. So I call it, sort of AI / real life art,
Right. I notice you've got here, maybe I should, no, you've got like two, maybe three side by side, which are clearly the same. It's like a photograph taken from different angles. So,
yes.
You kept the.
Those are actually different people in those ones. Right. Yeah.
Don't know.
What was I going to say?
We found a light on the roof, I think, or something.
Yeah, there are a lot of artists. I'll give you a list of the names of artists. Let's see.
Sure, we'll just mention them by name as you're going along, fine, because our viewers don't actually get to see any text here, unfortunately. So, unless there's a roll call on the film.
There's mine. There's Cliffhangers. Isadora Cloudpunk made all the ones with the movable particles and lighting and stuff like that. Right. Lady K Braveheart, Lily Finesmith, Tabata Vinuesa, which is she did a photograph, selfie. Taffy Star, our mayor at Alternate Metaverse, did some art, and Winter Mist Tangerine.
Oh, these are interesting. You've got miniature sets, and these, well, they're not snow globes.
Oh, yes. They're snow globes. I shrunk the buildings.
Yeah.
And did a whole scene around them. As you can see, there's like landscaping and stuff. Yeah,
that's lovely. I mean, they're very detailed. Well, of course, they're big size shrunk down, but I love the way on the ground level, more or less, isn't it? All over the place.
Yes. That's our skating rink.
All right.
And it goes through this long road of snow globes where you can skate around them and look at them. You can actually go inside.
I wondered about that. My camera I tried panning in on some of them, and of course my camera got stuck on the perimeter prim. But yeah, if I was wandering around, hot chocolate, that's more like it.
But it all sure looks very dreamy, very fairy tale. Looks very nice.
Thank you.
By the way, the later film of the sequence, there's 5 here, and I'm on the first. But there's one near the end where I actually go back to the art gallery. So the names we didn't see their work, but we do in the later clip actually. So
okay, this is all the same region, Winterfest.
Yeah,
and that skating area lies between 2 big ski lifts and skiing area, snowboarding, sledding, all that. You can see it there, yes. The incredible Jim Yolson. I know you've had him on here.
Yeah.
He built the skiing areas.
Uh-huh.
Like I just made the landscaping and the little cabins and such, and he did all the skiing stuff.
The interior of these buildings, though, is very well, lots of detail, the stuff on the table there and everything.
Yeah, that I made too.
And it's sort of
one of my wedding tables.
well, it looks so inviting, saying, why aren't the crowds lining up to get at that table?
Right. They actually do hang out in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
When we finish the events, the regions all stay up until March. So people can go there anytime after all of the winter hoopla is all done. Then they can just go and relax and ski and sled
and that's a
have a
bargain.
good time.
That's more my thing than the skis. I think I was saying last week. I was always a bit nervous about skiing, So I was going to do the splits.
Yeah, you can do your cool runnings and whatever you want there. There's all kinds of stuff to res. There are horses to go horseback riding. What you see on the left-hand side is the winter fun region. That's another region. And we do contests there and builds for Winterfest.
Are these mesh creations that you've done Outworld? The buildings with all the lovely sort of snow covered on?
They're mesh creations that I picked up for free.
Right.
Here, there, and everywhere. Like this I built. The houses, though, over there, those are stuff that I picked up. I built this whole set, that matches the palace. Right. And the gazebo. Yeah.
Yeah, with all that snow around, it's probably a bit like our stage here. It's sort of everything sort of blends together. Oh, we're back at the stage area now. Everything sort of blends together. Or there's a lot of difference in things as we move around. Yeah, right. Yeah, 30 seconds to go on this. Oh, now this. Yeah, this is ladies. That's the post ball that she brought me
Lady Dragon Shinobia Carpe Noctem.
At the side there are all the backdrops that she can bring up behind me while she was photographing me. Oh, and good old Santa again. It's got quite a interesting face, that Santa. I mean,
doesn't he?
Looks like it's, I don't know. And the slideshow is a bit odd because it's funny. It's in strips, isn't it? Like a Venetian blind.
Yes.
And she said, "Oh, I'm putting them up now," and I didn't know where to look, of course, and I looked everywhere but the place I was meant to look. That's me.
I did a lot of things, a lot of tricks there to enhance the colors. I wanted it to be a very vibrantly colored snow with lighting in it and all kinds of things. I don't see the EP sky, but there's a really nice EP sky that goes with that.
Oh, I thought I now have my camera fixed to shared environment or whatever. Because people complain, "No, you haven't got me EEPs." I say,
I think I've got it set up, Mel. I think I have set up your EEP here as well. I've got the dark clouds and the foggy sky.
Oh, right, of course. Oddly enough, I haven't today because it's one I have to load manually myself. So that's good. I'm glad you have, James.
That might be the morning EEP sky. Actually. Because that was early in the day. Yeah.
I think
I have two of them. Like I'll flick on the other one as it gets later, and it's like very richly purple and blue and has an aurora borealis in the background.
Okay, for some reason, my camera was running the same scene for about 10 minutes there. Never mind. 11 minutes. Okay, we're now back to. I obviously woke up and started moving myself around.
This is still Maven.
Yeah. She was on for
quite a show.
Most of it, and I'd really sort of gone off filming, and I was planning to be back in time for Joe, which I was, and I got one of these clips has one of his number. It's a cover version he's playing. It's very familiar. I forget what it was now.
If you're an SL viewer and you're catching this, Maven Live is also in SL. You can catch her there, or you can come out here to OpenSim. You see, we have a lot going on out here in OpenSim.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you're an SL
Sure
viewer
do.
and you want to check us out, definitely do come out here to OpenSim. The grid that you're on at present is the alternate metaverse grid in OpenSim. So you would just alternatemetaverse.com will get you there, and you can create an avatar, and you can teleport anywhere in OpenSim. You can hypergrid around. It's
Yeah.
like SL is like one big world where you can't leave the world.
Wargard.
OpenSim is like a world with oceans and all different worlds within the ocean as the islands in that ocean. And you can go to any of them, and you can be in Brazil one moment and France the next and Japan the next.
It's funny. It's funny. Thursday and I were actually talking about the hypergrid and at HIE, the conference we do, and while we were talking, so I think it was Thursday who sent me the note saying it's like a galaxy, where all the Sims are actually different worlds. Something
Yes.
like Life is just one. Second Life is one world. It's just big like Jupiter. But
Yes.
in OpenSim, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of different worlds. And
Yes.
hyper jumping is interplanetary travel.
And the numbers change from week to week.
Teleporting is moving around a particular planet. So that's a good analogy, actually. But yes, a lot of people don't fully realize. I had a chat at the OpenSim community conference a couple of weeks back with Philip Rosedale. I was surprised if he actually wanted to come in, but it occurred to me how somebody like him, I'm not sure he's used to the modern Second Life even, but getting a grip on what is different here. It's not just open source and open. There is actually a nature of life here that is fundamentally different from what happens in the one world.
It's true. And we get people who join our grid, and they've joined 10 other grids.
Yeah.
So they really people really get around here, and they'll find what they're looking for. Like some come to us for the rendezvous because it's an adult world that's like basically closed in within our world, so that people who aren't into that don't drop into it. They have to sign up to go in. People look at other grids for things like that. They like the adult action. They'll look at other grids for the art and culture that they provide, for the entertainment that they provide. When there's no events going on one grid, they will go to opensimworld.com. If you don't have that page bookmark it now.
Yeah.
Because if you're in OpenSim, that is your guide to everything that's happening, all of the events happening, from the safari to the live events with singers and DJs and people who are throwing parties. They all advertise on opensimworld.com.
Well, not all, but a lot.
Yeah.
And shopping. Lots of shopping.
Yeah. And that's I think one of the main differences between the big cousin, let's say, and us, or the little cousin, or the old one, I don't know how you call it.
The aging cousin.
Is that people that come to that go to Second Life, very many people just go there to look around, to do nothing special, to go to parties or something like that. While in OpenSim, they come, in my experience at least, they come mostly because they want something. They want to create art, they want to, build, or they want to do something special. They're much more active in OpenSim, I feel.
Yes. And part of that is because the avenue for building is so much richer with all the prim allowance and all the land allowance and, the affordability.
Yeah.
of OpenSim.
Definitely.
Most places you shop are completely free.
Yes.
The only thing that I really think that people spend money on is to tip DJs and performers, and they really should tip more
So
because
true.
these
Yeah.
people work hard. But other than that, we get some donations for the grid, and they are very, very helpful, which I'm thankful more than you know for those.
Just laughed at her pose.
Oh, you were cute. Look it up.
Well,
His head is tilted so that the Merry Christmas goes right with the tilt of his head. Look at it.
Yeah,
Such
no,
a
that's
slick, such a
why
slick little move there.
I took a still of this to send out on to people.
Kat, about the tips for the artists. Of course, it could always be more, but I've heard some people from Pangea Grid. They told me some time ago. They said that the artists that come at least to Pangea Grid, I can't speak of all the grids, of course. They said that looks cool.
That does.
Yeah, that they really get a lot of money, and they're always very pleased, and really they get more than if they were paid in Second Life. So
Yeah.
that's really
Yes.
that seems
But
really
that's
good to me.
mostly from the grid owners paying them.
No.
Yeah.
In Pangea, it's tips. It's only tips.
Oh,
They don't pay
thank
at
you,
all.
Pangea people. I love that grid. That grid's a fun place, and we participated in their parade that they had.
Oh, of course,
But
yes.
I like
in
the
the
grids,
carnival
including
parade.
yes, I
That-
like
that
the
was,
grids, including other grids and their stuff. And we have plans that we're just at the beginning of making these plans to put together a regatta sailing thing that's going to encompass all of OpenSim who want to be a part of it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. We need a good scripter.
You
We need a
could-
good scripter to join on the bandwagon to script the sailboats properly and all that.
You should talk to Tonino Lane, I think he's called, from Craft Grid. He does a lot of sailing contests with really a lot.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
That's
I'm going to
really
have Chris
fun.
McCracken from our grid building it, but he's not, he does like some basic scripting. But I think that calling in someone else who's more adept of putting together sailing stuff and the race gear, that clocks all of the sailboats that come in is important, so they can work together.
I think he must have something like that because I've been there to a regatta once, and it was really, like a sailboat race. It was really fun. It was really interesting.
Wow.
And we were there on a safari once. Do you guys remember? And we went on
Maybe we could have it at different ports at different times,
Yeah.
Like today from Craft Grid, today from AMV, today from, whoever else wants to participate. Yeah. I like that idea. Well, tell Nino I'm looking for him.
Okay.
Thank you for that tip.
Yeah, he's a great guy anyways. He's very friendly and very open. But with one problem, he doesn't speak a word of English.
I have plenty of people to translate. And the Universal Translator, have you ever used that yet?
Yeah.
It's that globe that you see on the front of the stage for those of you who are watching from other grids. That is the Universal Translator. You can get it free at AMV. One of our residents made that, and it has several different languages. Not all of them. I understand that Scotland is a little upset.
Near impossible.
But it's got most languages in it, and what you do is you set it at the stages of your events, and it automatically asks the crowd to join and you just have to touch what is your native language, and then everything that somebody types in another language automatically gets translated to, like, I speak English, so it'll translate to English if it's typed in Spanish or Italian or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Where can you get that?
You can get that in the main AMV welcome area.
Uh-huh.
And it's against the wall by where the DJ plays at night.
I shall be looking for it.
Yeah, we have one. I forget what it's called. It does much the same thing.
The
Because
Telista translator. Yep.
Yeah, the Talista one, because with the Hypergrid International Expo, I mean, that comes in very useful behind the scenes.
No, this is one that you res for, and it does it for, it covers everybody.
I see what you mean.
I think that's really cool. You know, instead of everybody himself having one on the monitor, you know, and you remember or you forget, or you just have one there, and it's much easier and really cool.
In fact,
it is, and it reminds you to touch it.
Yeah.
It might be worth using at HIA now. I think about it, if it could be, because now we're all one region, resting it.
I'll make sure I send you one, Mel.
Yeah, or I can pick one up when I come over again.
Okay.
Although, now I'll have to come over again, won't I?
Oh, you're all on my friends list, so I'll send one to all of you.
In case you're wondering what we're saying on this rather long footage and stuff, I don't think I realized when I'm filming, I've got a film and not stop thing, and I think I actually thought I was stopped when I was actually filming, because it showed you the whole sequence where the lady was doing my portrait. That was where I kept changing pose, and the background behind me kept changing. I wasn't doing that myself. She took control of my avatar, and she was doing it for me, but on my video, it looks
There's
like
a big guy with Cliff with his Santa sack. He had a Lamborghini in there for me. He really surprised me.
in the sack?
In the sack. Well, you know, you take a copy of the sack and there's a Lamborghini in it.
Yeah, I know. I often make a joke about the suitcase facility in OpenSim. You know, I says, you know, well, when you're going on a trip, you take everything you're going to need and put it in your suitcase. And when you buy and pick up stuff when you're traveling, you put it goes to your suitcase, you bring it back with you. And then if you're wise, you unpack it so you're not carrying the whole planet around every time you teleport. You know, I always likened it to, you know, luggage and carry-on bag on an airplane.
Like if you can't teleport, you're too fat to fly. Your suitcase is full of junk, and you have to clean it out.
Yeah,
I was thinking of you know, people that like buy a whole house or an estate, you know, in OpenSim.
Yeah.
And then it's in their suitcase, and they probably carry it around for the next 6 months. And actually, where on earth, you know, what is the point of carrying around a whole house?
Yeah, but I think it's a funny idea also to have a whole house or a whole, practically, I don't know, a lot of things, a castle or cars in your suitcase, not in your suitcase, but in your closet, in your inventory.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I always speak of the inventory as my closet. Somebody asks me for something, and I say, well, I have to look at my closet if I still have that, you know, and then, or I dive into my closet to search. And I like this idea, you know, if you imagine that.
Oh, it's wonderful. But my closet has 355,000 things in it.
Yes.
I think that when I walk down the street, I leave a trail of crumbs of like houses, a bridge, you know, shoes. and the new people must like run up and grab everything behind me.
Well, and you know, some time ago, I had this really, what I thought, cool idea to clean up my closet, you know, to take off things and to delete them or to pack them in extra boxes and like that, you know. And
but the boxes will lag the region, you know.
Yeah, and you know, and sure enough, the next day I needed all the stuff I deleted. You know, so I decided not to do that anymore, or not too often, anyways.
This is Joe's first number now. He's taken the stage. So
yeah, Joao has changed his whole performance. He used to do ukulele, original with a few covers, ukulele songs, and then he started playing guitar on his some of his events, and then he started singing like a few words, and I would say, Joao, your voice sounds really good. Why don't you just sing the songs? You know, and he started doing that maybe 2 years ago at my Artspeak Cafe, and he's gotten so good. He's really
I'll
good.
give us a bit of volume here because that was the idea of this one.
Awesome.
Very familiar song to the older AOL crowd. Now it's funny. He was on this show quite a long while ago now. In fact, I think I even had him when we had an earlier version of this show was in Second Life. He may have even been on that. And I had a memory that he played keyboard. But the interesting thing is, when I first came across him, he was in England here. I think it was Bradford or somewhere in the north of England. And then fairly shortly after, he moved to Portugal, which of course is where he's been ever since.
Right.
But he had that English connection for a long while. I think, I tend to think of him as all Portuguese now, but
but he is native Portuguese, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I forget the reason he was.
So he moved away and back.
Yeah, he was in England for a long time. I know that.
Yes, he was, and he travels all over playing. A little bit about his backing tracks. He uses backing tracks of him playing several instruments that he layers on top of each other. Like when you hear piano, it's him on piano. When you hear drums, it's him on drums. And he plays all these different instruments, puts it together. He sings backup portions of the songs, and he records those so that it's his voice backing up his own voice.
Right.
It's just really, he's incredible. He's all-encompassing,
It's funny. Roland Wobbett was saying much the same thing. I mean, sort of, he was making a joke about the harmonies because there was nobody on stage harmonizing, Right. But it's just multi-layering a backing track, and then only one voice and instrument is all that actually is done live. But so it does a lot of it. There's, I think way back when it was Paul McCartney of all people, with his first band after the Beatles, Wings. And before he had the Wings band properly formed, he actually did most of their first album by multi-tracking all the instruments himself. And if you've got the technological stuff, it's easy. And these days, of course, it's really easy. You don't need to be an ex-Beatle to do all that. It's good stuff.
Paul McCartney's just so great.
And these days, unfortunately, I always worry about YouTube, picking up, this is not somebody else's track, but the song is, and you never know whether they're going to. Anyway, that was, I recorded the audio on that one deliberately. I think they're on the other two clips now anyway. Oh, right, now. The music's still playing, but this is where when I'm back in your gallery. This is Zenon Daru, isn't this?
Yes, that's art that she donated to the gallery last year. We just left up, a lot of last year's because sometimes it's like pulling teeth to get people to actually send in their art and get it up in time. So everyone who sent in last year, we left that up and just added a few things to it.
Quite amazing pictures.
Taffy Star, that's her art.
Taffy
AI art. Yeah, they clearly say AI creation by,
So very different, aren't they? That one, well, we're past it now. It almost feels like the bottom half is an old painting, and
yes, that's Cliff's. He
real.
was so psyched when he got that. Sometimes when you put a prompt in, you never know how it's going to come out, and it can be very surprising. Here's this one picture of David Bowie that he did. That's just it's so well done. I'll have to send it to you sometime. It's so well done. It's like the punk gothic Bowie.
Yeah. I
these-
must say I get a bit fed up with the fast book. Well, I always have done actually, but endless AI, and there's so the people are posting for some bizarre reason, pictures of old models, old rock stars, and things, and clearly they've got AI to do something. Well, like it's the equivalent of airbrushing, a model to make them look better than they really
Yes.
are. And I get so fed up with it because it's really obvious. And it's clear
Yeah.
that the people posting these think they've done a marvelous job, on
You know
creating.
what? You know what kids are doing with AI? Like teenagers. There was a girl in a high school whose picture, her school pictures, were put on a naked body that somebody made in AI
Yeah,
on a
that's all.
website for everyone in the school to see. And she would never have posed naked, but it kind of just ruined her whole reputation. It's just it's terrible. I don't think it should be used for evil purposes.
I mean, but in the old days when you wanted
Yeah,
to
but you
something,
cannot.
you'd montage a head onto a naked body, but it would be so obvious, and it was done as a kind of jokey thing. But now, people are fooled by it. I tend to know how to look at something and know whether it's been prompted or not. But
Right.
a lot of people I know will just see a picture in their feed and think, "Oh, that's cool," and that's real. They won't realize it's fake imagery.
But every invention of this kind, or any kind for that matter, can be used for nice and good things and for evil purposes.
It's Adora. These ones are nice.
Isadora Cloudpunk made these outrageous 3D moving particles, on her art, and just really, really nice.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you, Tosha, because I knew that was going to pass on the film there for a minute.
That's quite all right. But I think that's one thing, that is something that you cannot avoid, because some people's minds do take strange curves. They have evil things on their mind, and then it doesn't matter what they use. They will always find something, and you can see it all through human history. Practically, it is like that,
Yeah, but I hope that the judge that dealt with her classmates that did this, was strict. To set an example for not more, not to have more do this.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of fault with people like Facebook for publishing it, and I know Facebook will say, "Oh no, you can't have a naked chest, or you can't have bodies," but they get around that now by, especially with AI, they just put, they airbrush real person's faces so they look a bit unreal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they put them on bodies that are so scantily clad.
Yeah.
And then they post them at angles, and that is all above board. But it's wrong because the psychology behind it is, it's just sickening.
But really, there's nothing to be said against naked bodies. They're beautiful, but and all of us have one, obviously, but it should not exactly be a thing that kids experiment with.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's interesting in Australia, and there's a couple of schools in Britain doing it now, and somewhere else they're basically moving to make it illegal for kids under 16 to access social worlds and stuff. But I mean, if they'd done that 10, 20 years ago, that'd be one thing, but now I can't see how they'd even control it. It's like going back 150 years and looking at the early motor cars and saying, everybody says, "Oh, that's cool. I need a motor car now." You can't even find room to drive your motor car. I mean, it's if you know back then, they wouldn't have been allowed. Maybe public transport, but not private transport. But now,
one per family.
point of no return. I just paused this because this, of course, is your home. You told me,
Yeah, that's our winter home that we go and hang out in during Winterfest sometimes, and sit and chat with people. Just a nice, cozy place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another Day in Paradise.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's Phil Collins, isn't this the original? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got a good choice in here. I mean, some of it's a bit obvious. It's on the more commercial end for me, but I mean, they're good songs he's covering here.
Yeah.
Little Dickens houses is there? Little Dickens houses.
Yep.
Yeah, Dickens.
Aren't they cute? I love shrinking things and making miniatures out of them. But that one actually came that way, from somebody's freebie Christmas stall or something.
But then the challenge is to see if you can blow it up to the real size.
That's my favorite Christmas tree that I decorated myself.
Oh, nice. Oh, get a candy. What do we call it? Rock, aren't they? Those umbrella sticks. They're called rock, I think.
Candy canes.
Candy canes.
Yeah. You in England, you tend to buy them at the seaside when you go on holiday with kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the inside of them, the candy bit, will have a little circular logo, the same all the way down, stained in, saying "Greetings from Scarborough" or something.
Nice.
I want to sing along with this guy.
I love some of the names that British people have for some of the things that we have, that are so different. I laugh at Cliff and I say, no, you don't say, like if he said rock, I'd say, no, you say candy cane. And he'd say, excuse me, you're trying to teach an Englishman English?
Yeah, that's funny. I got in trouble for aluminium because I thought that was wrong. But it's more right than aluminum.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, aluminum is what we say. Aluminum.
What kind of trouble did you get in?
I got a look from Mal.
Aluminum. It's aluminum. That's stealth technology. That is nothing to do with us.
Yeah, it's a brand name in the United States, but the element on the periodic table is aluminium. That's correct.
Yep.
Or potato or tomato. Tomato or tomato? This is the question. I love this question.
It's tomato.
It's like a Buddha-like thing figure here. It's really. Oh, I know that's on your About You thing too. A meditative sort of.
Oh yeah, some of the things that I teach meditation, chakra awareness.
Yeah.
I had a big school back in SL that one of my students built for me.
Nice.
Called the Wisdom and Enlightenment Center.
Mm-hmm. You do that in World or you do that in real life?
I teach in World. In World, but I am a level 3 Reiki master in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I teach sacred love, and basically it's combining your chakra energies with your partner, and tantric teachings are part of that. And if anybody knows about tantra,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the words that you shouldn't say on television.
But you're okay with us. We're X-rated.
I also teach DJs. I've been DJing for 18 years now in the virtual world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course. I meant to thank you, by the way, because I know that originally at noon today when we started, you would have had a gig and you managed to put that off for a couple of hours.
Oh yes, and
thank you for that.
I DJ and I sing. But my I still DJ. I do the belly dancing. I don't do much other DJing these days, unless like somebody asked me for their wedding to DJ at the wedding the other day, and I did that. And I'll do that. I did wedding planning back in SL from the very beginning. So, like anything that you would have in a wedding, I do. I sing, I DJ, I make the flowers, I make the cakes, I make the landscaping, and the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
And so,
Multifaceted.
yeah, so in AMV, I do free weddings to any residents who want to have their wedding there. And I have about 10 different venues for them to choose from palaces to, gardens or whatever you like, And I do it free. And then, but if I have to outsource, like I can't do everything at once. If I'm planning your wedding, we're going to have a different DJ do the reception, right? So like if I say to you, James, if you're a DJ, do you want to DJ this wedding reception and tell me what your price is, and I will let the bride and groom know that you're available.
Oh, my price is very high.
Yeah, I'm sure. How else are you going to afford a volcano?
I don't know how to DJ.
Well, maybe you could give a demonstration.
I could learn. That's right.
The barter system, huh?
That's right.
Let's see what else.
A little bit further back in the film, I noticed there was a sign saying the resident did this or created this little miniature or something and for free or whatever. Was there a competition you were having there or something with the little miniature globes, or was that just misreading?
Oh no, I just made those. We did have a snow globe contest.
Yeah.
At Winterfest one year. And that was great. And you'll see some of them over on the Winterfest Fun region if you look over there. But we have all different kinds of contests, photo contests, building contests, and things like that. We did one create what an alternate metaverse would look like, and they made these really futuristic space kind of builds. The people that were in it, and the winner got $100. Second place got $50 for making the builds. And they just did a whole region,
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm going to start having events there.
Yeah, nice to have the whole region to play with, of course. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, part of the rules is that you get a copy of this to do whatever you want with it. You can sell it. You can keep it. You can use it for your home, whatever. And then Alternate Metaverse gets a copy to use for the grid.
Right. Yeah.
So they agreed to that in the beginning. So it works out very well, And they had so much fun doing it.
Great.
I can't believe the amount of talent that is in OpenSim.
Oh, that's just
everywhere.
True.
Yeah, so true.
Everywhere.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
And in all kinds of different, with all kinds of different subjects, and it's so diverse, That's
Yes.
I really love that too. Yeah.
And so many multi-talented people.
Yeah.
I'll never be a scripter. No matter how many talents I have, I'll always be like, what was that? What do you put here again?
That's, multi-talented is great, but it's half the fun also is working with a team. You get people who are experts.
Yes.
They don't do anything else, but they
Yeah.
can't scripting,
Exactly.
But it's the same here too. You have certain talents that you develop, or certain likes that you do, and then, well, you just get better at those things, and you don't have to cover everything, I think.
Right.
I mean, like I love building in Blender in Mesh, and I like to build huge things. I'm a gigantomaniac, really deep down in my heart,
Ooh.
and there I'm getting to be pretty good at the moment. But for example, I could never make clothes.
Hmm.
It's impossible for me. But you do make clothes, do you?
I do not sculpt my clothes. I actually get meshes in
Uh-huh.
SL,
Uh-huh.
and some of them I'll recycle like 4 or 5 times. Like these pants I'm wearing, these are mine. You know, I might put jeans on them another time. You
Hmm.
know, um,
Oh,
and
well,
then
yes, that I do too. You know,
I actually spend a lot of the money that I make in SL because I do have a marketplace store. So I
uh-huh.
am still making money, and every so often I'll go in there and I will spend a whole lot of money buying meshed clothing
Mm-hmm.
to take it here, those who allow you to take it here and allow you to download it um, from their website and all that. I will do that and give it away free here, you know,
Okay.
or give it away as group gifts and things like that from my stores. My stores are free anyway.
It'd be nice if more people allowed export and SL
Yeah.
actually, but yeah, they want to hang on to the owner really. There's an interesting. I just realised this. I meant to keep the clip for the show actually, but there was another report. I think it was on Hamlet Hall's blog about. I think it was Brad Linden who's made the information available. Apparently. Over the course of last year, I think it was, or the year, um, Linda, I don't know the figures actually, but it was something really odd because Linden Lab had made something like 1.3 billion profit, but their users, in other words, the transactions that happened in World had made more than Linden Lab themselves had made. Because Linden Labs they only take a small transaction fee on Inworld sales.
Right.
But it was quite revealing because you tend to think of Linden Lab as or where they make money now and everything else, which is true, but it never occurred to me that actually the transactional value, the what do we call it?
Things that they pay
Of
out.
the
Well,
economy world is actually bigger than what Linden Labs themselves make. So the users are making more than Linden Lab, which is
yeah, but
interesting.
Linden Lab is one company and it has certain amount of people working there, and
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
you know, and they get the money, and there are millions of users in Second Life that get 1 million euros. So it's not really so much either.
yeah, and yeah, exactly. In fact, I think it's
And
like
there are a few that might have a good thing that going and that they make quite a bit of money, but
yeah,
or whatever you call a lot or not so much. And then there are others that you know work
You know,
all the
if they,
time there and don't
think
get
it,
almost
I
nothing.
think I think one of the details was something like about 1,500, which given the whole user is not many, 1,500 Second Life users said that they earn a full-time living through Second Life.
if
But,
they
Mm.
but
took
one and
Anshe
a half
Chung off the
thousand,
list,
Oh
one and a
yeah,
half thousand, 1,500 out of 7,000 is not many, really.
yeah.
yeah.
It probably means that those that are making money have found a niche and they're just
That's what I
milking it.
mean. And I know a whole lot of people, or I used to know them because they have disappeared now from Second Life still, that were making really their living in Second Life, doing different things,
I
creating
did.
different things and selling. And they have all given up,
They're
because
all
they say
retiring on the proceeds.
they had to find something else to work in real life jobs too, because that would starve them, with the
Well,
time. Oh,
I've just moved to the pictures you gave me now. We've run out of videos, believe it or not. Well, it was about an hour's worth anyway. I'm going to click through these videos and you just quite quickly, but you just pause me if there's one you want to talk about. Or,
okay.
so this, of course, is Zoe Jupiter.
Yes, Zori is unmistakable and she's unforgettable. She's so
Yeah.
good.
Yes, she
She's
is.
in the process of moving.
I'm a big fan of Zoe, really.
Yeah.
This is all right. This might be.
That's Yichard Muni. I met Yichard back in Inworlds, where he was the Elven Bard storyteller. That's an AI picture of him. I made an avatar for him that looked just like that, but he ended up going back to his little his usual, which is a very standard avatar, no mesh or anything. He
Yeah.
just likes it that way,
Yeah.
and he's entitled, right?
Of course.
But he writes his own stories, and then he goes and tells them in World using AI voice because his accent is so French.
Oh, right.
It has
Okay.
them read it. Yeah,
He tells the stories in English, but it's an AI English.
exactly.
Well, there's a good use for the older.
Okay, this is a good example of what I was talking about. This was an AI image that I made. All of the white light that you see, I added that.
Right.
Hand painted it. So I would call this an AI/RL piece of art,
Right.
And I added some more color to it. So
And
yeah, I take my different types of media and combine them with some real life
I
skill.
think that's the real cool thing about AI also, that you have the ground idea, so to speak,
Yes, like a
of AI.
template for you to paint over.
And then you paint over and add to it and change colors and all that.
When
I
I do
think
that, I feel it's necessary to say it started as AI,
Mm.
and then I painted it. Because if it turns out to be somebody else's work that came through the bot somehow, I don't want to steal somebody's work. I want to tell them that, I did not steal your work. This came through an AI. And then I painted over it.
made with the help of an AI. This particular image, I mean, it reminds me of a movie sort of poster. The way the silhouette of the woman is going to the great bright light. I mean, it's it's reality at that point, but. But back in the days of movies like E.T. and
I just crashed.
Oh,
I just crashed. Let me relog and then get back there.
Oh, so you have. Okay, well, we can carry on talking because you're you're still on the voice part
but
of
I
it.
won't see the next image.
Right. Okay.
Until I come back. Okay.
Well,
Be right back.
I shall pause it on that until you get back. We can carry on talking. About the. Yeah, I mean, your teaching of both the how to of it. I'm now beginning to think. There should be a book or something called The Art of Prompt, because the prompt is almost the art these days.
Yes.
It's not AI produces it, but the magic, the creativity is in the ability to give it a good prompt and detail.
Yes. And they're going beyond that now. Midjourney has gone way beyond that, and they have built a whole library for each person. Of they show you two images, and you pick which one appeals to you more, which is more your style, and so they put together like a profile of your favorite kind of stuff called personalization. I was one of the alpha testers for that, and
That's why the first I joined up, and I'm still on their Discord server, Midjourney. Actually, it's one of the first. I don't think I've ever actually formally joined any of the others, and I was keeping an eye on what was going on with the pictures and stuff, but I didn't. Philip Rosedale, in fact, is a consultant with them, Midjourney, which I think was one of the problematic reasons I looked at it. But it's, I mean, Chat GPT and all this stuff seems to have taken over now. But Midjourney was always just a visual AI, wasn't it? It's not one that tries to do the whole kitchen sink, as we would say.
Midjourney has a huge following, and they're I think the most professional professionally used, by designers, graphic artists. I think it's the number one. I'm not sure. Just from being in it and seeing all I see in there, I would say it's probably number one. But
And
that's a guess.
it's the one you use principally. You presumably
Right.
use others, but Midjourney is your
I
favorite.
use that. I use Night Cafe. I use
Oh yeah, it's a good one now.
I use the Copilot from Microsoft because I like certain things about it, and it's completely free and very easy to learn. I could teach you in 5 minutes how to use it.
I read that and I sort of dread that did that because apparently people downloading Windows 11 were getting this Copilot or something with them. I thought, this is typical Microsoft. It probably doesn't work, and they force it on everybody.
No,
But
it works very well.
I've
In
always
fact,
I just don't trust Microsoft.
I have to try that out. I'm using right now. I'm using GTP. GTP, yes.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, GPT. Well, anyways, um, mostly because I'm just right now doing some like old stuff, but well, I'm doing a city of ruins, Machu Picchu, and then I want certain important points of the city. I want to sort of go into the past. But of course, nobody knows really what it looks like, the Temple of the Sun or the Temple of the Condor. And then I go to Chat GTP and I explain what I want, and then he gives me a description most of the time, really good and really thorough description of the place, how it might have been, and he also makes pictures of it if I want to, and then I build it with my
Fabulous.
own imagination and my own ideas to it, but I get the ground idea from the AI, and I really think that's cool. And I just got to love GPT because he feels like a buddy of mine now. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
asked something, he's, oh, great, you're working in Blender and how wonderful, and let's see if we can tackle this together and like that, you know. He really talks to me as if I had a person there on the other side.
How
It's really
nice.
funny. Yeah, it's really
I
funny.
have a free chat GPT that comes with NVIDIA when you get a certain kind of card.
Yeah.
You can get your own that you can use offline and do your own stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's really convenient.
Yeah.
You should
A-
check if you have NVIDIA. Check and see if you're available to
Apple,
get that.
Apple's latest
I don't
updates have done this too. There's they've roped in ChatGPT into their Apple Intelligence or something, and well, it keeps popping up everywhere, which is annoying, but it does integrate into the system. But it's free until you've used so much a month or something. So it's
Okay.
apparently it doesn't seem to be noticeable actually, because
Well, I think GPT, just the chat is free, but when you want, too many pictures, then they stop you after a while.
Yeah.
Only so many a day, but normally that's all right. 5
Well, I've
pictures.
done
nobody-
200 in a day on
Oh, okay.
Microsoft. They show you 15 tokens, and once you
Uh-huh.
use up those tokens, they just come like a couple seconds slower.
oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but you can still keep going.
And how did you say that it was called?
Go to Microsoft, look up Copilot,
Oh,
and look
Copilot.
for a little 2-colored tulip. That's the when you press that the
Is it
prompt will come up for you.
Copilot?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay, I will check for it. That sounds interesting.
fabulous.
Now
And you
that
can even try it with a pre-made prompt just to see how it comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mel. What was that?
oh
No,
no, now you're back on the pictures again.
Yes.
The Winter Gallery is the gallery we're looking at, aren't we? So it's
Okay, let me just get the thing going.
Oh, of course.
There we go. Yeah, the Winter Gallery is what we just saw.
And then
That's one of my pieces of art that I made the logo for. Now we're looking at the Winter Ballroom
Yeah.
at Christmas Market Region. We're looking at Dragon Lady Shinobia Carpe Noctem. She's a DJ. She's one of our morning DJs too. The big guy, Clifford Hanger.
Absolutely. Oh, another Joe. Well, so
Maven Live.
All right. Oh, that's actually, that wouldn't have been misnamed. I think it said Joe. But yeah, and
I
then
just saw the Christmas Cowboy. There he is. Oh, you look great there too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll have to clip that one later too.
The man himself, Mal.
You
There's
look
Joe
rather heroic
Alfresau.
there.
Sorry, right. That's the cowboy. No, that's not the cowboy. I'm the cowboy.
You're the cowboy.
Right. Now this is Joe. Now
this is Joe Alfresau.
Right.
I don't know what's holding up his guitar, but that's me, the Grinch.
The magic note is holding up the guitar.
That's DJ Anise and his wife Eloise.
And that's him again, I think.
DJ Anise, yes.
Christmas markets.
There's what I was talking about. Yichard's standard avatar.
God, I see what you mean. You wouldn't believe he's the elf in the AI.
Right?
Oh, come on. He could at least have some.
That's the way he dresses, and it's like a dress he's wearing.
Yeah, and he doesn't even. What about the ears? Come on, you can't be an elf.
He says elves are simple people, and they live off the land.
And they have ears.
He doesn't want to wear a mesh avatar.
And they have ears.
There he is.
Oh, there.
He's a sweet person.
DJ J.
This is not only DJ, but he's a singer. Dave King Live.
Yes, right.
Yes, and he did a set yesterday. This is
Yana.
Okay, this is DJ Yana. Wonderful, wonderful DJ. Very eclectic and a lot of reggae in her sets. This is DJ Serenity Grey Wolf. She actually she had to leave. She has someone in the family who's critically ill, so she did not get to do her set. But yeah, she was part of our lineup. She's one of our staff too. Oh, I'm crashing again. Unbelievable.
Oh, no.
That is DJ Tyler.
Right.
Matthews.
Okay, there's another one of. Oh, no, this is Ellie. You're still showing him well, but that's probably just me.
Yeah, I'm going right about now.
A bit of a time warp. Come on, crash when you say you're going to crash.
Right?
Stop hanging on. Yeah, I don't know.
Each one of those is marked, by the way. The images have their names on them. So
yeah, I was actually.
You can take my job.
Yeah, I'm actually amazed that you can remember all the names, actually. But I guess it's your group, so you would. Yeah, this is Gloria. Oh, yes, it is female, of course. Yeah,
Gloria is she's our events gorilla, and if you're dancing by yourself, Gloria might give you the eye and want to dance with you. So be careful.
Right. Well, she didn't catch me. I think I ended up on a solo dance here, and it looks like I'm at the edge of a fisheye lens.
I think she looks like a lovely lady to dance with.
She is, and I think that Cliff has designs on replacing me with her. Because we're on different time zones, so I'm not at a lot of the events that he goes to. So, and he dances alone. And you could see him getting closer and closer to Gloria. Right?
All right, so that was me in the warp again. Yeah, this one's just Joe again on his own. Again, it's the fisheye thing. It's been caught at the very edge of the.
Oh, right.
Icky Thump at Winterfest. Oh, very stylish.
Icky Thump is a British man.
Yeah.
With a very, very bluesy voice. Unbelievable.
He looks like a blues singer, actually. Although the guitar looks a bit more flamenco, but I mean, the beard and the glasses and the lopsided hat makes him look. That's the blues man.
Yep.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
was Icky Flux back in SL.
Iggy
But I
Flux.
don't.
Icky Flux. Right.
Icky Flux, yeah. All right.
This is
Zippery, right?
DJ Vanny. Red
DJ
costume.
Vanny Cannoli. She, if you remember Bear Rose, the store that has all the costumes in SL, she is the Bear Rose DJ, and she has been for years and years. She's and she lives out here as well as SL. She teaches witchcraft and she teaches tarot cards. I went to her tarot cards class. I loved it. Still don't remember half of it, but I loved it at Corofon Academy. And she's just a really great eclectic DJ.
Now, gosh golly, DJ Polka Soul Reaper with Cataplexia numbers at Winterfest.
Yes, Polka is at her 4th Winterfest.
I guess you're the one on the right here where you can't see
Yep.
it. It's sort of half off screen. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Next
I'm
one.
back.
Jordan Melody. Nice.
Jordan Melody, yep. She's one of our staff, so is Polka. Jordan is the wife of, partner of Chris McCracken, who is our grid manager. And Jordan is a special projects
And this indeed
person.
is McCracken now.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what he normally looks like. He's dressed up as, an old Santa.
Right. I recognize the background. It's every clip.
He's much younger than that.
Now, Clan Escocia and his band. Right, we've got 5 different pics of this.
Clan Escocia. Oh my goodness, the golden voice of Clan Escocia. He is so good. If you have not seen him sing live, go.
So he's got this band of lookalikes behind him, puppets, and he dresses like that.
Those are just props.
Right.
He's got people in the band there. He's got Webby Escocia, his wife. He's got Cliff is on the saxophone. He's got there's a keyboard behind him, and Julietta Chargers is up there.
Oh yeah.
San Junipero on guitar. Yeah, that's Julietta. Very sweet lady. She got together all the gifts for the free gift pile, and she's helping Zelly with the portraits. But you can see that's a whole full band.
Yeah.
And Webby will actually sing with Clan sometimes now. She's getting more used to it.
Yeah, that's Webby. Yeah, right. I just flipped back for that one. It's the whole band, and then and then Cliff.
And Webby made the stage. Yeah. Webby makes the most incredible stages. Oh my goodness.
Oh, but somebody at the conference the other week were hunting high and low to find a saxophone for one of us.
Oh, yeah, he's got a good saxophone, and it was scripted by somebody at Pangea who does instruments.
Right.
I'm drawing a blank on the name. Starts with an M.
I found one in a sort of hypergroup wide search, and it was just a really pretty miserable looking sax. But that one was quite good. Worthy of having around.
It's got really great animations in it.
Right, Christmas Town.
Christmas Town is just a big region that has stores and houses and all kinds of freebies for Christmas.
Now this is a region that's separate from the one we were filming. The one.
Yes. Yeah, it's on our kiosk, but it's separate from Winterfest. Yeah. And we put these up seasonally. Winterfest regions close down March 1st, and so does Christmas Town.
Sure. All right. So I think I'm lucky. I just managed to stick in one spot when I landed.
My plan of action for running this grid. That's me. That's my singing picture.
Yeah, nicely. That's just your avatar, isn't it? Just nicely filmed.
That's my avatar. Yep.
It's not AI processed or anything.
No, that's just me.
Nice photo. Nice photo. Yeah.
Thank you.
And AMV Christmas Market Winterfest. Oh, right, the advert department.
Yeah, that's
This is
it's got all these stalls filled with Christmas stuff going around in a circle, and you can just shop till you drop over there. That is also the same region that has the winter ballroom. It has skiing and slalom trails, and it's got a snowball fight arena. It's got a Christmas city. You know, it's like a city full of shops and
sure.
just kind of backdrop stuff. It's
I
got
think
a skating rink, a Ferris wheel, photo
right,
booths,
the works.
and
So
the Santa's.
this one's called Christmas Market, and the other one was Christmas Town, and the one we featured was
Winterfest.
Winterland.
Winterfest.
Oh,
Winterfest.
Winterfest. Yeah,
The
Winterfest.
Christmas
Christmas Market.
market, as you can see, is on the Winterfest or at the Winterfest.
Yeah, and
Yes.
just to remind people that the grid you want here is alternatemetaverse.com 8002, and then we've got these different regions. So you've got
And there's
Winterfest.
kiosks you can teleport anywhere
Yeah,
on Winterfest.
and
Okay, this is over at AMV Welcome. This is at our main landing. We have DJs that do a night set and a morning set now, and people come from all over the hypergrid. All those off-hour people who had nothing to do, you know, in the middle of the night, 12
Yeah.
o'clock at midnight, they come over to AMV now and they party here. We have a bunch of different stages that, you know, you press a button and the stage reses, and it's set for DJ Yana or DJ April or DJ Tyler or DJ Dave.
Do you go by USA Pacific time, I presume? What's the kind of busiest time you tend to have?
The busiest time tends to be during the day, from 10 a.m. to about 4 p.m.
Oh, right.
Then it slows down.
Yeah, and of course that's evening for Europe, so you're probably getting a bit of both.
Then we get a big burst of energy when the night stuff comes on here at 10 o'clock at night. DJ April takes the mic and she's phenomenal. Tyler too. Tyler is a night DJ.
Winterfest Ball Day. Dave King.
Yes, Dave King. Yes.
Yeah, one of the more well-known ones. Christmas Market, Icky Thump.
Yeah.
Icky Thump again. Yes, I recognize him from the earlier one. No,
miraculously holding up his guitar.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a strap in a normal place.
Yeah.
It's just transparent.
The Invisistrap. Yeah.
The Invisistrap. That's what it is. Yes. He only looks the part. He's got a good avatar. That guy.
I'm his mom. He calls me when he doesn't know how to put his shoes on.
Oh well.
Okay, that's what you just heard. That's Webby Scotia.
Talking about the guitars, that one's in her dress.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it wonderful?
This is Webby Scotia on her snowman guitar.
Right. And now two familiar faces again. We've got Clifford Hanger, with the sax,
on the sax.
And Julia Chargers is I see it when I was filming the other day. No, she was around quite a bit. I think she was just in Chapel Loss, actually.
She's in Clan's band. She did all of the gift collection and all that. That if you go to Santa's workshop, there's a cabin across from it, and there's free gifts for everybody, tons of them. And Julietta got all that together. She's been working with Zell doing the portraits and of course being in Clan's band. She's quite a bit of a participant.
All right. Great. Well, believe it or not, that's the last of the pictures. Pictures he says. So let me just double check. There's nothing I've missed here, but I don't think there is.
There's a belly dancing one in there somewhere. And you can see what we wear. Like, silks and stuff. You were asking about. Yeah.
No, I haven't missed any. That's actually all, unless there's a couple I missed when I was sending them from Discord to the TV thing. Anyway, yeah. So well, we've had good grief. I've just looked at the time. Hidden away in this snowscape, we have a wolf on this stage. Just as I said it. Basically, that critter, he's got a bowl. It's covered in snow at the moment, but he gets hungry after an hour or two, and he reminds us unless we go feed him, it's our cue to get off the stage basically and go and feed him. But it's buried at the moment with all the other sort of things we've got going on the stage, including that woman climbing up the tree. An elf. Right. I'm just looking here. I think it is closing time, so to speak. I'm looking back to the things we didn't get. We did the Gingerbread Woodies Festival of Trees. Okay, yeah, there's a couple of machiners, but I'll leave those for next week's holiday thing.
It's such a pleasure.
I'll just put this up again. I forget whether I did this at the beginning. Or the same one in 2 folders, I think. But Nani and Ange, Ferguson Menzies present the Advent Calendar. We included that last week. This is the last week. It closes on December 24th. It's on Zeta Worlds. So you go to hg.zetaworlds.com. The port number is 80, just 80 is enough. And then :Advent Calendar, or one word. And it's you can basically pick up little chalets and things. There's not that many days left, but there'll be a new booth chalet.
Nice.
For each day up until the December 24th. So I'm just trying to think. That will be Tuesday, won't it? So yeah, if you count today, you've got 3 days to go and get yourself the last 3 chalets before it all closes. But do check that out if you want. They make great stuff, Nani and Andrew. They, of course, they had that other big hunt that has only recently closed as well. So, okay. Right, all my prompts are gone. James, you obviously filming away and doing a wonderful job, but being quiet. Any thoughts you have for Cataplexia?
No, just amazing. What a wonderfully complex world that you manage of performers and artists, and I just am thoroughly impressed.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And last words. Any last words, Tosha, or thoughts?
Yeah, I can only follow James on it. Kate, I'm really overwhelmed and thrilled, and I think it's fantastic that I got to know you now. So
I'm so happy to know you too. Hugs you.
I'm
thrilled.
Send out the friend requests. Get them going.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
But I'm sure.
I don't see it though. It disappeared. Okay. I'll do it again.
Yep.
It'll be here somewhere.
That's what happens when you hypergrid somewhere and
sometimes
you add a friend
right.
and.
Yeah, well, I had you friended already, but you didn't show up on my friends list until you actually arrived on the list, which is a bit daft, really, but that's open in for you.
That's
okay. Well, I'd like to thank you as well, Cataplexia. Wonderful chat. Great. Covered a whole load of stuff and saw a whole lot of film and everything else. So definitely every frame on the show today has captured the winter spirit as well, which is great because it's winter.
Can I say something to the hypergrid?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
To all avatars everywhere, to everybody, there's a lot of bullying that goes on from avatar to avatar. I've seen it in so many different places. Please be nice to each other, be kind to each other, open your heart to each other. It is so much better to make friends than enemies. Thank you. Sure. Have a great Christmas, everyone.
Well, thank you for that too. Yeah. And the season of goodwill should last all year long. I don't believe it. A season, I know they say that, but whether you believe in that stuff or not, goodwill to all men is a pretty good byline, isn't it? Okay, so Right. I'd like to thank my right-hand man, James Atlloud, with that wonderful hat that has been giving us a flurry of activity all evening. Thank you, James.
Absolutely. I hope the sparks didn't burn you, Mel.
No, you better give me a copy of the hat.
Yeah. All right. All right.
It's actually usable.
It is.
Or maybe
it functions. All right.
Well, I could even put the script in this hat. So
Yeah, maybe.
drop me one if you can, or tell me where to get it. And yeah, of course, my thanks to wonderful co-host Tosha Tyran. Thank you, Tosh.
Sure thing, Mel. Been a pleasure.
All right. So from Cataplexia, James, and Tosh, and of course me. It's about time to wish you all a very good morning, or a very good afternoon, or a very good evening, or indeed a good tomorrow, depending on wherever and whenever you are. And I would just apologize to anybody south of the equator. I know it's summer, but sorry. We're sticking with winter for a couple of weeks. Anyway, we're out of here. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.